Hello, beautiful people. So I'm sitting here in nature today in this beautiful space here. And I've just been listening deeply and allowing space for whatever wants to come through. So this message that you're about to hear came through in this place, in this moment. So I invite you to slow down and to soften, to breathe, and simply receive whatever resonates for you. Humanity is going through a time of great change. Right now on Earth, there seems to be a lot of darkness. There has always been darkness on Earth, and now it is being illuminated. It's as if the sun has just come up, and now everything is a lot more visible. The darkness has nowhere to hide anymore. It can be easy to fall into despair when we see all the darkness. Where has it come from? How have humans become so seemingly evil? The reality is that no one is inherently evil. What we are seeing now is the evolution of many generations of patterns. Unhealthy patterns that have kept humanity stuck in fear, in limiting beliefs, in competition, negativity, greed, and so much more. Ultimately, these patterns have kept humanity in a trauma response, frozen in survival strategies, in the lower mind, in the false self or the ego. And we have come to a place where we identify with this false self. We think that these thought patterns are who we are inherently, but we are so much more than that. They are just an illusion, but they feel so real. What we don't realize is that we have a choice in every moment. We can choose to identify with the patterns, the ego, or we can choose to identify with our true self. Our true self is always with us. It has never left us, and it is always accessible to us. We are just so familiar with identifying with the false self that we often don't recognize or hear the true self. Or we ignore it because sometimes it doesn't make rational sense. But something is starting to shift globally. A new page is opening up as more light is coming to Earth. Something ancient is becoming accessible. We are starting to realize that we can live in a new way, in a way that is much more connected to our true selves, much more connected with other human beings, much more connected to the natural world, and much more connected to the wisdom of the universe, to a higher source. It's as if the veils are lifting. Our intuition is becoming more accessible. And we can see things more clearly. We can see the truth more clearly. As the veils are slowly lifting, we can see the illusions of what we've been taught is the truth. But we have to choose to walk away from what is not serving us, like the patterns, the unhealthy patterns that we identify with. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from the comfort of what is known. Fear cannot come with us into this new way of being. So far, a lot of what I have seen in people who have been trying to bring change to the world, it's been coming from a place of fear, of fighting the system, of competition. I'm right, you're wrong. And negativity, and lack and scarcity. Those same patterns that are part of the old paradigm. Now, this is not anybody's fault. There was nothing wrong with that. But we have to recognize that these patterns are not healthy. It's time to leave that behind, to find the courage to let it go with trust. Trusting that we as a humanity and our Mother Earth can get through this challenging time. Trusting that we can heal the Earth and humanity and live a truly happier life. We need to come from a place of groundedness and stability rather than fear and anxiety. To truly see that it does not serve us. Now it is time for us to see that we actually do live in abundance. Everything we need to live a happy and healthy life is available to us. There is an abundance of shelter and houses in the world. There is an abundance of food and growing conditions to grow healthy food. And there is an abundance of water. One of the things that we also need to shift out of is this idea of ownership. That people can own land and waterways and food and the earth. The The earth belongs to Mother Nature, and no matter where we're standing on the earth and whose name is on the title of the property, it's still Mother Earth. And we need to learn how to take care of the earth, no matter who technically owns it. Humans can't truly own the earth. And if we want to survive and to be able to thrive, we need to take care of the earth. If we take care of our earth and the forests and the waterways, then they too will thrive. It doesn't take long for waterways and forests to regenerate and to clean and clear themselves. But we have to change our way of relating to the earth, to each other, to ourselves. And the other things that are available to us in abundance is peace, love, joy, and freedom. These are states of being that are accessible to us in every single moment. We just have to choose to identify with our true self, who is always in peace, love, joy, and freedom. And it is accessible to us in every single moment. This is the journey we can choose to embark on, coming back home to our true selves, to peace, joy, love, abundance, and freedom. It may seem scary at first because it is unfamiliar, and the false self doesn't like change. It takes a leap of faith to deeply trust that we have everything we need to follow this path. When we're stuck in survival strategies, we cannot see this truth. As you embark on this journey of coming back home to your true self, everything will change. You will notice that you see life from a new perspective, and more things will become illuminated. And yes, more patterns will become illuminated, and we'll have to face them, which takes courage. But this journey is so worth facing these patterns and challenges that come up, because we can turn them into treasure. Whenever life brings us a challenge, it is life showing us where we have patterns that we can heal. We need to start recognizing that the challenges are actually golden opportunities. Because if a pattern is not brought to our awareness, how can we change it? How can we face it? These challenges are the ultimate gift for growth, for change. But we have to be able to sit with what comes up in these challenges, with compassion, with curiosity, and with radical responsibility. These patterns were often formed when we were quite young, or they've come from generations, they've been handed down to us. They're very old and they're very stubborn. And we usually formed them to survive. So we need to have compassion for the younger version of ourselves or for our ancestors who were just trying to survive. We did what we had to do to survive. But now, things are different. Our nervous system may think that we still have to use these patterns to survive, but our true self knows that that's not the truth. And as you make changes to your internal state, your external reality will also shift. You will start to shift out of the darkness and confusion of the false self and into the illumination and clarity of the true self. It's as if you've been walking through really thick clouds or fog and you can't really see and it feels like you're in a swamp. That's what it's like when we're in our patterns. We cannot see the truth. We cannot see what's in front of us. And we feel confused and lost and stuck in a swamp. But when we start seeing from the eyes of our true self, it's as if the cloud lifts and all of a sudden we can see clearly. And from this place, from the clarity of the true self, your purpose will become clearer and your destiny will change. Things will start turning in your favor. So don't wait any longer. The time is now. Take the leap of faith and begin the journey to the light of your true self, the journey to peace, love, joy, connection, freedom, and abundance.